So I thought I'd do a brief video showing off some of the features of the game Elite Dangerous that I play a fair bit. Been playing since the beta version. I'm currently involved in doing some community goals, which are missions with some rewards. Currently I'm delivering a bunch of... I'm delivering a bunch of shelters for part of a goal to build a new space station. The story doesn't really matter, but so the more of these shelters things I deliver here to Nelson Works, I get rewarded cash basically. Bring it to land here on the planet. I overshoot a little bit. I wasn't expecting it to be so small, so I've kind of got a spiral down, which is never ideal because you might end up pretty far from the station, and at suborbital speed you're going to take quite a while to fly to the station. So just going into glide mode here, and definitely not at an optimal angle to hit the station. So when I come out, I most definitely am going to have a fair old flight to be able to get to where I need to be, to Nelson Works, which is the target station. So I come out there, I can see I'm 36 or so kilometers away, so that's a fair hike. So I'll just cut the video here till I get there. And here I am, coming into land, requesting landing permission. All good.
Request granted.
So we'll just come and land down here at Nelson Works. So the planetary landings have just been added in the Horizons expansion, which is a series of expansions over the next year, or additions to the game. One expansion, but there'll be several parts to that. Multi-crewed ships is a part of that. It's not part of this release. The planets of the first part of this release of the expansion. Hopefully, I'm hoping a multi-crew scene should be pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what the other players will be doing in your ship. That's just an external view there of my ship. That's a Python. It's one of the higher tiered ships in the game, although there have been released some, I guess, higher tiered ships now, so it's not quite so much anymore. So here I'm just going to the bulletin board and selling the evacuation shelters that were part of the mission that I have. Not a huge profit there, so there's no profit to be made in that part of the transaction, but when I go into the bulletin board mission in a moment, I accidentally exited out there, so I'll just go back. See that I've reached down the bottom there top 50% of delivery, so that means on completion of this community goal I'll receive 2.5 million credits, unless I get dropped down lower than that because other people deliver more. But being that there's only a few hours left of that community goal, I should pretty well stick at that tier. Just leaving the station now. I've decided that delivering shelters is pretty boring. It does get boring flying forwards and backwards, buying stuff after a while. And I'm going to take up the second community goal in this Dahan system, which is a combat or bounty hunting goal. I'll put that into the next video. You can just see at the moment leaving the planet surface, engaging super cruise.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Heading off now to a station called Dahan Gateway, which is where I can pick up the bounty hunting mission, which is a combat mission, where I can make the same kind of rewards depending on how much bounty money I turn in for hunting wanted criminals, basically. Just having a look at the planet there as I fly over. It's quite a nice planet, that one. It's more of a moon, I guess, a rock. Overall, the game is much more of a simulation than a game. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea. I absolutely love it, just because of the feeling of flying a spaceship, I guess. Just having a look there around the cockpit, using my just turn on my head tracking there, which I turn off generally for the videos. It can make a bit nauseous for people watching. In any case, next video up will be bounty hunting at Dahan Gateway.